This is a video I've wanted to do the least because I sincerely thought that this drama with Mangs would be dead in the water, but of course, there's always someone out there that will find a way to beat a dead horse, and whoo boy do I have that someone. In fact, he's someone who is very well known within this entire drama, and is someone who I vouched for way too long. I'm making this video not only as a warning to people that end up in contact with him, not only for him to show how fucking crazy he is, but personally, as closure, because this shit has been weighing on my mind long enough. With that out of the way, let's get into who I consider to be the most delusional person to ever get involved with this overly drawn out drama. And yes, I know you guys are thinking of someone else when I say this, but that guy doesn't deserve any exposure. Kartal is someone who is a giant drama whore, and it's quite upsetting that it turned out this way. In the beginning, all he ever did was make Advance Wars ROM hacks, and they ended up being played by Mangs, which meant that he was in the crossfire during the entire Mekkah situation that I pointed out in my other rant. But there was quite a lot of backroom drama that never got covered in the aftermath, as I wanted to be respectful and not talk about what was going on with him. This is a reminder to everyone that you need to archive everything, because you never know what will end up happening to someone who you would consider a friend. Although that's really just hindsight speaking. Don't really think in this paranoid way. Suffice to say, we talked a lot about the entire situation involving Mekkah, and you especially got the short end of the stick with that, considering all attempts to smooth things over went terribly wrong, as all Mekkah wanted you to do was recant everything you said, and to basically make a video sucking him off, which led to the creation of this video. Sad that it's gone now, but it was a good video, really going over how manipulative that man can be. But after that was when things started getting worse. You'd be in constant slap fights with the Advance Wars community, thanks to your association with Mangs, and you'd bring it up all the time, even when it wasn't necessary, leading you to being banned in almost every Advance Wars related Discord server. Perhaps I should have seen the signs there, but I gave you the benefit of the doubt and wanted you to just focus on yourself and your ROM hacks, which for a time, you did. And we talked about other normal, mundane things like Hungarian politics or Trials of Mana. But then came Mangs Vance Wars, where you tanked any and all credibility for yourself. So the story goes that Mangs commissioned a lot of people to make a ROM hack for Advance Wars, and when it came time to pay Kartal, he didn't want money, as he felt it would go against his principles to get paid for this work. And Mangs promised no one else was paid either. Now Mangs ended up going back on this by trying to pay Kartal for his work, and while I get Mangs did this as a nice gesture, I get why Kartal reacted negatively to it. But then it ended up going way too far by having you drag it out in public, and turning this into a he's a manipulative bastard situation. And to say we all saw you as a lunatic afterward is an understatement. In fact, some people still make jokes about you to this day. And you deserve every single one of those gift rape jokes. I tried telling you multiple times that this was a giant overreaction, but you always default to, oh, it's just how I talk. It's my culture. Blah, 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 blah. But nobody was buying that. I wanted you to just leave the internet for a while to take care of yourself, because you really started going stark crazy here. And for a time, he did end up leaving after apologizing for his behavior. Now, normally this would be the happy ending we all thought it would be, but you wouldn't believe the lengths the story would end up going next. So while I had blocked the guy to get him away from the internet, something a lot more devious started coming up, without me even knowing. First was his extremely unhinged rant about Underon Saga in the Advance Wars wiki, and how you very quickly changed every single perspective you had on the Mangs drama. To say you had any principles would be fucking laughable. First he went, Goose having an OnlyFans makes her a fucking prostitute. And it's enough for me to not really believe what she was saying, to simping for her at every opportunity in a now deleted 10-part video where he tries to claim that this account on Kiwi Farms is Mangs because a guy named Zero told him that was his Steam profile picture. Although Mangs' Steam account has Ogma's portrait as his profile picture, Zero doesn't actually play Fire Emblem, which is why this discrepancy happened. Now Zero is a very old name in the Mangs community. In fact, they started the YouTube channel together. But they broke things off over 10 years ago over Zero losing his girlfriend thanks to Mangs bringing her to a party where she got fucked by some other guy. Now Mangs mentions he was a fucking terrible friend back then, so I'm not going to dispute those claims of him being a terrible friend. But he also claims that Zero was unreliable in the situation, as he knew his girlfriend was already cheating on him, but this situation doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, as this happened over a decade ago, and people can change in that time span. Now this claim of sock puppetry happens quite often, as a recent Kartal video talks about how Mangs uses a sock puppet account to shill his wedding to other Fire Emblem channels like Mekkah. In fact, he even claims that he sock puppets his accounts on 4chan anytime there's Underon Saga criticisms, which is just fucking nuts to think about. Of course, these claims of sock puppetry are all projection, as this guy makes alts fucking everywhere. Whether it's on multiple Discord servers he was previously banned from, or even on YouTube as shown with this guy here. From the way this guy talks in this video, it's very clear that this is Kartal, and pretty much everyone thought the same when hearing it. Plus, Kartal has used AI voices in certain videos, which shows he has the knowledge to do things like this. To make this insanity worse, right before I started working on this video, I mentioned in the Discord server I'm in that I was making a video about Kartal and talked about his unhinged 10-part video, and right as I was going to start rewatching them to get footage, he privated all 10 of those videos. Now, while I regret that I couldn't get the footage, it really showed me just how far he's willing to sock puppet. Despite all of this, we haven't even gone to the worst part of this video, and that's harassing hundreds of people that are semi-associated with Mangs to keep this drama going. It's disgusting not only the way he talks to these people, but how he thinks he's doing people a favor by making thinly veiled threats to everyone. He talks about how much of a narcissist everyone else is, when really he's the one who's up his own ass about this drama and that no one cares to prolong further outside of one other guy, and even he thinks you are full of shit. If even fucking Ness Helper, Master Knight DH, David Harlow, whoever you want to call him, thinks you are batshit, you know there's a fucking problem. Only time this fuckhead will ever get mentioned by name. He does not deserve anything else. While I won't show these off here for the sake of privacy, you have also sent Mangs a fuck ton of threatening emails. First you go in with this, oh, I just want to be friends again, to fuck you and everything you stand for, and I hope you can't sleep at night knowing what you did. I wouldn't be surprised if it even emails Mekkah or Goose, trying to get back on their side and squeeze more drama out of this. Hell, I'm surprised you haven't even attempted to contact me again. But honestly, the second you did, I would tell you this, and I mean this with every single fiber of my being. You are the biggest snake in this community now. You don't deserve any respect for anything you have done. No one wants to associate with you anymore. Take this as the biggest indicator to get the fuck off the internet and get yourself a lot of therapy. You are completely unhinged, to the point you have sent quite a lot of scary shit to people, like you just maniacally laughing for a minute, which I didn't archive. But trust me, there are people that will vouch for me. You trying to worm your way back into this community will just lead to a continuous cycle of you getting ostracized, and you'll deserve every single bit of ire from everyone. And now this drama can hopefully end, because I just want to go back to not ever thinking about you and just work on myself and my videos. This is a warning to all of you. Block this guy the second you see him trying to contact you. And be sure to share this around, because everyone, even people that would consider me a terrible person and would be an enemy to me, deserves to know this.